business will be. And you will see that people's businesses, we see it in interaction in corporations, when there's the dynamic where everybody's angry with each other, or gossip and problems at work, or things going wrong and people are miserable, it's going on within them if they're not happy within. So we are looking at the heart work, not the hard work, but the heart work. Are you willing to do that? And that
I like that expression.
Isn't it good?
Yeah.
And it is, because it's about really taking care of yourself. And there's not a lot of, we've looked around and there's not organizations out there, women's organizations, that are doing that and are willing to go to that level.
And you know what? Even more importantly, I think, is that it's quite sad that there's hardly any super successful women role models.
Unless you
really,
count
really
Lady
sad.
Gaga.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? More in maybe in a local sense, that
Yes.
People that they can really grab onto and say, you know what, I do have a dream. This is it.
Yes.
And yes, it can be attainable because I see that somebody else has what I want.
Exactly. And women, what's good about that is that it's the balance model, though. So yeah, Tanya and I are both, we've been successful in business, which is really good, but we're willing to look at the other stuff. And we knew that looking at the emotional stuff, our health, our mental health, and some of the things that are important to ourselves, our self-esteem, all of those things, we've been affected by those things in our life.
Well, that's what I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you're doing is great, and you obviously have some personal experience about this. So I was going to ask you, what in your own life prompted you to know, when things weren't working, or how did you get what you wanted?
Okay.
To build the dream life.
Well, I had been married for 17 years. I'd been through a lot of things in my life. I'd had kidney failure, almost died a couple of times, and then at 36 years of age, I just felt like that was it. I was burned out. I had just been doing everything to please everybody else, and I just felt like a part of me was dying. But I knew it was a part of me as a woman was dying as well. And, I'd been control freak, codependent, taking care of everybody else, had to be right, people pleaser, all of those sort of things, doing it all, work. Very successful in business, was financially free basically at that point in my life, and with another business that I was involved in. But I just realized, a part of me was dying. So I did leave my marriage, and then decided to put myself into lots of self-help and seminars and growth work and all of those sort of things. And in that process, I realized how it wasn't just looking at one aspect of my life. It was all of it. A lot of things had gone by the wayside. So I really did need to look at the mental, emotional, spiritual, sexual, physical, expressive, and creative aspects of myself, and really find out what was important to me and grow in every single one of those areas. And the more and more I got healthier, it was amazing how my relationships changed. The people that I was dating, they got healthier and healthier, and my friends, and just my life got better, money got better, my businesses got better, all of those sort of things as I was getting healthier. And then I also realized then how many women came to me saying, okay, well, what do I do about this? What do I do about this or that? It was just all of these different questions.
A guide.
Yes, definitely. So many women were coming to me. So then that's why I created a day. It really started, our company started with this day that we called Diva Day, and it was a whole day where we brought in all
you
different...
were Diva Day?
Diva
I
Day.
love
Yes.
Diva Day.
Yes. So it wasn't doing the fingernails, and the pedicures or whatever, though. It was doing more like workshop. It was 12 hours, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and workshops on all of those aspects of your life. So we brought people in every area of your life. So anything from like singing to, there were things about sex, there were things about money, about creating a vision for your future, all different aspects, your self-esteem. So we've had quite a few of those. And then we found outside of that, then that's when people needed the support. So we created the mentor circle after to kind of support the women and keep it ongoing. And that's been really, really successful for us, because we realized that that is what women need. The ongoing, at least once a month, just to get back together, get focused. And we have a very specific structured program for them to follow for the 6 months so that they keep moving forward, baby step, baby step, baby step. And they're just shocked in 6 months what they've achieved. So, part of, I think, I'm trying to remember I think I lost my focus there. What was the question?
Well, you know what? I'm just trying to find out the different, because you got different approaches, right? The Diva Day is one thing,
Right.
and then you've got the mentor circle,
The mentor
which is another way that you kind of tackle these kind
Yeah.
of. It's like it's a holistic approach, really, which
Yes,
is kind of like the
yeah.
feminine approach, right?
Yeah.
The male mind thinks in terms of segmentation, deal with one issue at a time.
Right.
You know, it seems what you're saying and what one of the underlying themes
Remember
of the
all
whole
of
thing.
it.
It's everything. Everything affects any specific
Yes.
part
But
of
it's
it,
true.
right?
It's very true.
Yeah, and some women are just not noticing some other parts of their life that are really, really important.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they're dying. That
Yeah.
part of their life is dying, and until they look at it, you know,
So I
can
actually
catch
have
up with them.
a question to that. How can, like, from your professional expertise, how can you tell when a woman's crumbling, on the verge of crumbling?
Lots of different things, I guess. You know, I can see when, more than anything, there's no joy, there's no happiness, real happiness. They could even be having money or a business and everything's going, but there's just not this sense of real happiness. Then there's others where there's no sense of balance, where they're always in overwhelm. There's never any time, and it's just like, oh yeah, I'm going to get to that, I'm going to get to that, going to get to that, and it's just never there for them. Other ones, you know, they're even.
So that's really a time management issue, right?
Yes, the work-life balance, you know, that's where we
That's
see
hard,
a
yeah.
lot of women struggle with that, doing it all. And boy, that's a big one. There's so many different aspects. You know, even if it's their relationships are falling apart. It's funny how, or all their focus may be in business. You just see them, it's all business, 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 business. And I can tell for sure. The first time that I meet somebody coming in with all their goals are business, that's all they want to talk about. I can almost tell that whole other part of their life
Is unfulfilled.
is unfulfilled, and they're not even willing to go there.
It's under the rug.
It is definitely under the rug. You know, there's a saying that courage is not the absence of fear, but it's knowing that there's something more important than fear. And that's one of our really important mantras, because when you look at your life, because it will be fearful to kind of look into something that maybe hurt you, something from your past, but is it really getting in your way? Is it stopping you? So are you willing to have the courage to look at that fear?
So my question is then, once you're able to assess, what do you think is the number one factor that truly inspires and motivates women to, you know, getting to that next level, to changing their lives, to being all that they can be?
I think, unfortunately, for a lot of women, it's when they burn out, they get to that place where they just know they're really going down that sinkhole where they're unhappy. And that's a shame that women will wait till that point. Then there's the other women who just realize that, I think it's from other women that they see in their circle that are growing. We've had so many incredible women just completely transform their life, like get new houses, new boyfriends, get married, you know, new relationships, be healthier. And then their girlfriends are seeing it and saying, I want some of that. Like, how are you changing? How is this happening in your life? And they're like, just come to the mentor circle. You know, just come meet these women in the mentor circle and just start doing that. That will do it. And then I think as well, for a lot of women, even if it's just something in them just twinges, they know they can even go in and work on business or money, but there's something as well that we just say that we all will also will go a little bit deeper and nurture you. And it's about taking care of you and about creating a vision, and now it's your turn. Telling women it really is your turn to just focus on you. Are you willing to give 3 hours to yourself a month? Just to focus on yourself. And then I think something in there just twinges like, okay, why can't I do that? Why is that so hard for me? And whether that just, you know, in that moment makes them think, okay, maybe I should be doing that. I think there is some part of me that needs this focus or a direction, and then they'll move in this direction.
So are there, you know, like what is the mentor circle? Are there other programs that you put on that that provide a different take on this?
Yes. We have another one right now called Investing in You. And that is a program that is a series of 6 workshops over the period basically of a year. We've already done our first one. And it's all about increasing your self-worth to gain more net worth. So it is, as you mentioned, Jeanette, it's about self-worth.